A number of you have been asking me to make another video about anxiety and nausea. And so many people don't realize that your anxiety can actually cause you to feel nausea in your stomach. And it's when those thoughts become worry and a worry becomes chronic worry, and that can, from your brain down to your gut, that all those different neurons and the neurotransmitters are going to be active. The serotonin is works in your stomach, connected to your brain. And so often, how you feel when you wake up in the morning, it brings out that nauseous feeling, doesn't it? Some of you, someone asked about going to school, and some of you are teenagers and you go to school and you're worried that you're going to be in class and you have nausea. What are you going to do? Some of you are afraid about going to work with nausea, and maybe you've called in sick because you don't feel well, and it's your anxiety that's activating your stomach to not feel well. And it happens so often that so many people have requested me to talk about this. And so I've helped a lot of people over the years work on their simultaneously on their anxiety and their nausea. There's things that you can do to work on the natural remedies, what you eat, what you drink, some breathing exercises to help your stomach. And there are some things that you can do to help with your anxiety. Now, there's age-old questions like the chicken and the egg, right? Does the nausea cause anxiety, or does anxiety cause the nausea? Well, I don't know. It depends, right? That's the real good answer. But the fact remains that it is very often the occasion of anxiety and nausea, and just a double whammy, and it makes things so much worse. And so if you're struggling, you're watching this video and you have nausea and you have anxiety, here are some things that I want to encourage you, first of all, that, this is terrible. It's bad enough to have nausea alone, or it's bad enough to have anxiety alone, but to have both is difficult. And so many times people don't understand how you feel. And it's not just a upset stomach, it's maybe a fear of throwing up in public. And that fear turns into anxiety. The anxiety can turn into chronic worry. And so what you can do, a couple of things, I've talked about this in other videos, but some of the things that you can do for your nausea, what you eat and what you drink. And so ginger has been proven to be really good for your stomach, but only at small doses, right? Don't go and eat a bunch of ginger. Go out and get some ginger tea. Eat some mint, right? Suck on some mint. If you go to school and you're afraid of being nauseous in school, ask your teacher if you could have some mint, or drink some mint tea if that's possible. Ask, let your teacher know. That's one of the best things that you can do, is to let your teachers know that you struggle with anxiety and nausea. That way, if you have to go to the restroom or leave the room, they'll know why. And so you don't want to keep it to yourself and worry if the teacher's going to think badly of you. Most teachers are very understanding. And so go to your teacher, go to your school counselor, and let them know that you need some accommodations. Maybe it's just temporary. But if you're at work, some things that you can take with you. If you go in the office, you'll have to take these and prepare them ahead of time. But again, ginger, you eat snack crackers, saltine crackers, something that's more bland. You've got to eat. That's the thing. One of the things when you have nausea, you don't want to eat because you're afraid that you'll throw up. But you have to. You got to maintain that nutrition. Because if you avoid eating because you might throw up, then you're not getting the nutrition that you need. Drink plenty of water as well. So try to think of some ideas to help you with your nausea. But with your anxiety, I said this in my other video, a lot of times the anxiety comes from overthinking. You're thinking about things too much. You can't control it. So learn to work on some breathing techniques. And one of the breathing techniques that I have talked about a lot, I call it smell the flowers, blow out the candles. And so when you are anxious and you're feeling nauseous, try this. So it's simply closing your mouth for a few seconds, inhaling through your nose, hold your breath, and then blow out like you're blowing out birthday candles, right? So you envision yourself inhaling the flowers through your nose, your lips shut, and then hold your breath and then blow out as hard as you can, as long as you can. And do that multiple times very slowly. And so I want you to know that the anxiety and nausea that you're feeling is real. It's lots and lots of people struggle with this. And I want to encourage you that there are things that you can do. Keep trying these things. Keep being hopeful. Don't get to the point where you give up hope. I know some of you have chronic nausea and maybe you need to go to your doctor and get some medication perhaps. And that's just terrible, isn't it? It's terrible to have the anxiety and nausea, but it happens, but it's also possible to get through it. And so I want to just let you know that it's going to take time. It's going to take you to be persistent and mindful of what you eat, how often you eat, what you drink. Stay hydrated, try to get to sleep and get enough sleep. It's one of the things that I just really want to encourage you to work on. I wish I could tell you that there's some magic pill that you can take or a magic wand that you can wave, but there's not. And it's going to require you to do some things that are very active. Nobody can help you. You can talk to others, which can be helpful, but more than likely there's a lot of people who won't understand what it's like to have anxiety and nausea. And a lot of times it's worse in the morning. Sometimes it happens during the day. Sometimes it happens at night. And it's so difficult to know when it's going to happen. But the more you know, the more tools that you can try to help your nausea and your anxiety, that's going to give you so much more confidence to be able to work on this. Don't give up hope. Lots and lots of people struggle with this. If you struggle with anxiety and nausea, let me know. Let others know. And I want people in this community and on my channel to encourage one another. That's what it's all about. And know that you're not alone. And I want to help you. And that's what I do. It's my day job. I'm a therapist and I help people every single day with their struggles. And I hope my channel can help you. And I'm hoping that this channel can become a community where we all help one another. So you can get the help you need. You can be encouraged. Learn what you need to do to be able to work on your nausea and your anxiety. And I'm really rooting for you. I want to help you, and I'll be your biggest cheerleader. You've got this. Don't give up hope. And each day, one day at a time. Let me know if this is helpful. And if you have had some ideas, some tips, put it in the comments. Like I said, we're a community. Let's try to help one another. All right, friends, take care. Bye.